Welcome to Attican Plays Pharaoh, A New Era.
After a lengthy struggle, King Hor-Aha has managed to unite the twin kingdoms of Upper and Lower Egypt and proclaimed himself Pharaoh over all Egypt. As a sign of his absolute sovereignty and the establishment of this, the first dynasty of Egypt, Hor-Aha has ordered the founding of an imposing capital at Men-nefer, from which he may govern this fledgling nation. Because of your family's many generations of faithful service to this land, Pharaoh has chosen you to be the architect of this splendid city. Because the capital is the very symbol of our kingdom, its citizens must enjoy a quality of life heretofore unknown in this land. To this end, you will eventually need to trade with other cities in the realm and to provide a higher standard of education for at least some of your citizens. You must also build a sacred mastabas tomb for the city's nobles.
All right, hi, this is Attican, and welcome to Series 1, Episode 4 of our playthrough of Pharaoh, A New Era, the campaign missions. Now, several things have changed, but first let's read what they've got for us here. The banks of the Nile. Begin by planning for areas of housing and industry. By now you know what the people want, in addition to the basics of food and water. You must provide some houses with pottery, beer, entertainment, and access to religious services before you can think about higher education and trade. From this tutorial and onward, now that you've learned how to play with recruiters, you can switch to the global worker pool in the options. This allows every building connected to a road to have automatic access to workers. While this is a big change from the original Pharaoh, giving you the choice makes the game more accessible and more fun for everyone. Okay, so let's talk about that. And I'm going to talk about a comment that Manson left for me. And by the way, another comment about comments. Keep them coming. Guys, I love it when you guys comment on the game and on the gameplay and make suggestions and just share your memories of this game. It's terrific. So keep the comments coming. And also while you're at it, like and subscribe for God's sake. All right, so this idea of the global worker pool. So recruiters, they're talking about they're also called walkers, that come out of the buildings and walk around looking for people to work in their building. So for example, this courthouse here, to get people to work, a walker or recruiter would come out and walk around in some direction, who knows which way, but he would walk along the road until he came to a house. And if we had unemployment in our city, he would hire people and they would work in the courthouse. And it works for every building that needs workers. Now, the thing that you have, though, sometimes on some of the maps, you'll get like way out here in the desert. There'll be a mountain range here, and maybe there's a gold mine here, and we want that gold mine. Well, you can see, look at that, there's no water anywhere nearby. What are you going to do? Sometimes you have to build some real kind of funky things in order to get that gold mine staffed. What we could do is go to global worker pool, and then what it would say is, well, if I just put a road out there to that mine, then they have access to the worker pool, and people live in town and they work wherever they work. And that's not a bad way to play, but it's so completely different from the original Pharaoh. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep doing it the way Pharaoh made us do it before, because it's much harder. But there is a trade-off. We will have to do some funky things with and some of the missions where we have very remote resources we want to get to. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. But for now, I'm not going to change that one. But I am going to pause this, and we're going to go look at the options. And in hindsight, I wish I'd done this at the very beginning. We're going to take a closer look at the gameplay options. There's graphic options, of course, but they're pretty simple. Audio options, I've tried to turn everything down a bit. I'm going to even turn it down a little bit more because it just blares in my ears here while I'm doing this. Now, I edit it down even further when I make the actual videos. And the key binding, I'm going to have to go back and revisit and get some of these keys set up the way I like them. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about is this gameplay. Now, Manson said that, one, I should go for that the recruitment system global labor pool, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep playing Pharaoh. That would be Pharaoh 2 if we use that. But he also suggested this, and I made this change. By default, the storage default is set to all. And I would like to have it set to none, so every time I put down a storage yard, I don't have to set it to none and then set it to what I want, because I like to control the storage and exactly what goes where in my storage system. The one note for this is, if you go this route, keep in mind storage also includes your granaries, you know, tomato, but that's a comment on another comment. So you have to make sure that you turn the granary on to take. See, now I'm thinking about it. The granary that you turn that on so that you can accept whatever foodstuffs you want in there. The unique walker range. Yes, we don't want them all to be the same. We want to play. I'm trying to play the old game basically. Bazaars will automatically accept everything. We could change that and force ourselves to do that. Same with the docks, and we'll see if we like that and want to change it. Now, I'm assuming off-road water lift basically means we could put a water lift. They haven't even come up yet, but when we get into irrigation, the water lift, if we say yes, then you could probably put one out there and run the ditch without any road to staff it. Same thing with towers. If you want to put up defense towers, you could staff them without having them connected to roads. Don't want to do that. This we've already done. The subcategory pre-open, everything automatically. When we're over here, they all pop up at once. I like that. This one, I'm not sure about that one. I mean, I know what it means. How long do you sit over top of the building before it starts showing you info? Now, these two are kind of weird. The scripted events pause, yes, means that if a scripted event comes up in the scenario, then the game's going to pause while give us a chance to read it and listen to it. So that's cool. Overseer pause off is sort of one of those I did not do that kind of comments. Overseer pause off set to yes means that there is no pause if I go out and look at my overseers. You could have it set to no, which means you would I don't know why they did that. Why didn't they leave off and keep that like, oh, anyway. Those are overseer pause off is yes, which means the pause is turned off. Yes, it is. If we set it to no, then no, the pause is not turned off. Okay. Anyway, who cares? Anyway, the gardens, we can also change them and say we can actually select the gardens, just like we did with just like you do with statues. You can hit R and just filter to them, but I don't want to do that. The garden, whatever they give me is fine. So when you grab a garden and start dragging it, it just makes, and you make big gardens, it just makes whatever it makes, and that's fine with me because it all is the same. Auto save delay, don't care. Okay, and here's the last one, difficulty. I wish I'd seen this first earlier. Hard. So we have three settings now: easy, normal, which we have played up to now, and we're going to start playing on hard from now on. So we've got our hard difficulty. We're going to keep the recruiting system. We are going to set our storage default to automatically go to none. Thank you, Manson, for that. And that should do it. So I'm going to confirm those settings. And now we should be ready to play this game. Okay, so we are playing on hard. It is quite different. The range for your walkers, the sensitivity of your people to not having what they want, it's a much harder game. Okay, so I also want to use a totally different building block this time. And this block's going to be, I think, kind of interesting because it's not going to be a block at all. It's just going to be a straight line. So we are going to start by putting a water supply somewhere, like maybe right there. And then we're going to make a road that's about, that's exactly actually 22 tiles like this. That's there, we just built our block. The reason I like that is it's so easy. And we'll see if we can make this work. Religion, we're going to go out and get a temple to our main guy. And that's going to kind of define the other end of our world. And then we're going to think about how we're going to recruit people. So let's see, what can we put in here? I'd like to get into taxes and that kind of stuff as quickly as possible. I think I'm going to drag this road this way and up here like this, and then put a roadblock right there. And let's see, let's put our courthouse so we don't have crime. You can have a police station and then go to a courthouse. We'll just throw a courthouse in right off the bat. Courthouse. Leave space for a bazaar right there. And that'll be our courthouse. And we can put like a doctor next to it. And we can go down here and put in fire and architect and fire. And what else we got? We want to get on our taxes fairly early, but we'll wait until we at least have some food going. So we'll leave space for that. So I think we'll put our palace here. Is that right? Yeah, and have housing right there so the palace can get housing. Yeah. Let's make sure we put some housing right here. That'll be a very pretty spot with the palace here, which provides a lot of beauty, and the courthouse provides beauty. And what we want to do is have this area here nice so that the our water supply and our eventual bazaar will both improve. So let's put a couple of houses in there. And then, let's see, what else are we missing? We're going to want to have room for a school, so we'll skip a couple of spaces and put a school there eventually. That's going to come up. This one introduces us to reeds and papyrus and schools and trade, which will be great. And then, I think on this side, we'll just go straight down through here. 24, that's... yeah, that's it. Let's put in a couple of. Let's put a shrine to Osiris and a shrine to Bast to kind of finish that off. And we're going to go ahead and plaza this. There, beautiful. So we're able to plaza the whole thing. All right. We're going to want, let's see, bazaar, a school, a tax collector. Okay, skip for a school. Let's do a couple. Put in a tax collector. And then what else would we need? I think that's it. So we're going to come down here like this and make sure we've got an even number like that. That'll be 16. That's good. That's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got 15 houses here basically. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to put a road here, and out like this. And I think I got to figure out how this works. Entertainment, bandstand right there, perfect. And we'll put a roadblock right there. So now our entertainers will walk down through here, they'll pass all the houses, and they'll go do their thing right down here. And we won't have to worry about this guy stepping out into that and getting lost or anybody else. And these services, all they have to do is come by here to take care of fire and damage on that. Okay, so that's all good. That's all excellent. So now let's set up a work area. where we pick up some people. Let's go up, let's see. Make sure we're up like a couple up from here. Let's just go up like this. Make sure we're going by some of the houses like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And maybe one more like that. And then up. And up. Let's try to be 6, 12, some more on the outside. We could probably do 3, 4, 1 like that. There we go. That will give us some workers. And in fact, they'll go right out here. And enter the farmland. And we will put some farms. Let's see, will farms fit? No, we'll have to go. Yeah, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll do barley. 10, 11. Oh, shoot, it won't. Yeah, it will. Like that. Good, good, good. Scared me. And we'll put one more barley field right there. I use Control F click to pick that up. That's very handy. So there we got 8 pea and 4 barley. And 8 chickpeas, that is. So this area is going to be kind of our farming, and eventually it'll be gathering and making beer and all that good stuff. And then we'll have an area out here behind these guys. So let's do a road that goes like this. There, make sure we don't accidentally touch this and have that walker go out this way, which would be a big waste. Put a roadblock there. And then this area here will be, we'll connect it up like this to this, because remember we're going to put a bazaar right here, and then we want to have the bazaar have quick access to granaries and storage yards right out here. So that'll be the plan for that. And I wonder if production clay pit. Well, we could even put clay pits down here if we wanted to. Well, that'd be kind of nice. Just put it all out here. That would be nice. I was going to put it over here, but I think I like it over here. And we could just make it be a different line that runs up through here. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. All right. First, we will get these people eating. Well, that means they need work camps. Food and farming work camps. We'll put some work camps up here. And this area, of course, was going to need fire. Fire for sure. That is fire, isn't it? No, it's an architect. Will they need architect posts? Yeah, they will eventually. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then get a firehouse next to it. Okay. These guys have their fire. They have police, or law enforcement, really. And we still got some money. We might as well start collecting taxes and that kind of good stuff. We'll put the city palace. I think we'll put it I will put it right behind those houses like that so that the walker comes out right there next to those houses. Make sure that that gets staffed. And we can do a tax collector then. Okay. Now, the one thing I'd be a little iffy on here would be the gods, if we've got enough. But I think what we'll do here is we're going to go back to the shrines, and we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we should just get blessed like crazy. And I think I want to go ahead and get some plazas down, at least on this part, so that we can just put any nasty thing we want down through here. And then the other thing, we'll want some entertainment started as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and do entertainment. Let's get our conservatory and our juggler school up here, and see what will happen with them is, they'll walk down here like this, around and down like so to get over here, and that will give everybody entertainment all the way through this. That should work. Now, another thing we want to do is go out to our treasury guy. Notice our tax rate at 9%, doesn't matter right now, but what we're going to do is bump up our kingdom, our pay. The kingdom pays an average of 30. We want above average. We want wages that are better than the kingdom so that we can attract people. So we're going to pay more at 32. Okay? And we've got that going. Let's let's run this for a bit and see what happens. Here comes folks making a beeline to our housing. Oh, look at that. That's already improved. Now we're going to have to make sure when we put in, we're going to put some nasty stuff behind it, but we'll make sure we deal with that. Okay. They're moving in. There's the water guy. So we've got water going up and down through here. And we've got the fire, water and fire going back and forth. An architect and the whole bit, and a priest so they can go get blessed. Got our tax collector and our physician working, so everything looks good. And we've got some folks out here working in the fields. So, how are we looking? We need some more. Let's see. Do we have any room for more? Who's our... I'm going to pause it. I can't remember. Who's the housing guy? Is it the granaries guy, or is it... Let's see. Okay, we got plenty of food based on the farms that we laid out. Current housing can hold no more. Is that right? We're maxed out at 388. Well, I tell you what, we're going to have, when these guys get ready to harvest, we're going to have some more workers. So we may have to, probably could do without a couple of these work camps right off the bat. That would free up 40 people. Let me see if I can find the overlay that tells us Risks, water, entertainment, education, health, religion. Well, entertainment, no. Water's fine, we know that. Entertainment, education, health. We are taxing, not getting much out of it. Risks. There's no malaria risk, no disease risk. There's our doctor working. There's no crime risk because we've got the courthouse. There's no collapse risk because we've got a couple of architects working. There's no fire risk because we've got our firehouses working on both the workers and the city. So those didn't tell me what I was looking for. I was thinking there was something you could. I'm having trouble closing that. Something that could tell you what? It would tell you. Maybe it's this. 186 workers. Okay, I don't know how to do this. This is different from the original. I don't know. Well, anyway, let's go back to running this until right as these guys start. Oh, there, that harvest was fast. Okay, so now we want to put in a granary and a stockyard. Granary, I'd like to have it right there. And remember, we're going to have to go in and tell it to accept the chickpeas because we've got it by default turned off. And we're going to want to have a stockyard to get that beer in. We probably should have waited a year to do the beer. That would have been probably a better plan. So this is a 4. So we want to skip 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not what I wanted. I actually wanted it to be right here. And this one will accept all barley. And then we need a bazaar right there. And once we start feeding these people, the houses will go up relatively quickly. There we go. Now we've got more room and we've got more people coming in. Good deal. Okay, now where are we? Okay, now we can start thinking about clay pits and workers for that, so, and pottery. So let's go to production, clay pit, put one there. Let's put a road that goes down like this. And like that, and we'll put a block right there. I just want him to come down here, and I want to put a block behind him. Now he cannot burn, but it could potentially collapse. So we could put in an architect's post right there. Okay. And in hindsight, I wish I'd built all of this over here. Then we could have just had the one fire and architect and had our, yeah, that would have been better. That's all right. That's all right. Let's get this going. Okay, it's going. Now let's put in a potter. Okay, the gods are happy. They're giving us blessings. Speaking of which, let's see where we are. They idolize us, great. They're immigrating, 13%, so we're fine. We produce more than we eat. One is especially happy, good. Assets have risen, that's interesting. No outstanding, next flood should be perfect. Okay. Okay, we need to get pottery. What's this one accepting? Well, okay, I'm in for. Let's do this one as pottery. 3/4, and we can even do, if you happen to have a little too much clay, that would be fine. All right. Okay, now we've got a potter going. As soon as we get some pottery up here, we'll start seeing more evolution of these houses. Osiris, Ta, everybody loves us. And no, why wouldn't they? Look at all those shrines. There we go. Now we've got some pottery coming. And we'll start seeing houses evolving some more. Good deal. Now what do they need? They probably need beer. And we've got plenty of barley. Do we have any workers? We do, so good. So now we can do, let's do another potter. And let's put in some beer. Brewery. 1, 2, we'll put in 3 breweries. More blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We could use another one of these. Fire. Oh, shoot. Shoot. I forgot this guy's off the... Doggone it. I just lost the palace. All those blessings. Where were you when we had a fire? Let that burn down, and then we'll clean up our mess. And then, now notice we're about to go broke. We would play this differently after the tutorials are over, but the tutorials are holding our hands behind our backs a little bit. Yeah, see, we went broke, but then they gave us some money because it's a tutorial. All right, so now we're back to, we have to have the palace or we wouldn't be able to pick up any yeah, we wouldn't be able to pick up any. Be nice if I'd fix that now. So we've got a fire risk and a collapsing risk on this piece right here. So, or at least fire. Can this one collapse? No. These don't collapse. These don't. So we just need a fire. Firehouse. We'll put it right there. See, we got all those blessings and got extra pottery. So we got all the pottery we can stand, even though we're not even making any. Really. And all our houses should be, yeah, see, we're getting great blessings. Now, what's going on? Oh, we don't have we need a place to put our beer. Put your beer there. There we go. Now we'll see these evolve again because we've got beer coming. Okay, education. Now that you've built up the city somewhat, it's time to provide education for some citizens. Scribal schools cannot educate the people without papyrus on which to write. Reed gatherers supply papyrus makers with the necessary raw materials, and papyrus is then distributed directly to the city's educational facilities. So let's stop. Notice the evolution of our houses. They're getting prettier and prettier. And now we've got these reeds out here, and we've got this new stuff. We've got reed gatherers and papyrus makers. So we're going to put some reed gatherers. We can actually put them right down through here. It doesn't matter which one of these two they walk on. So let's do 1, 2, let's do 3 reed gatherers. Let's put a storage yard to hold the reeds right here. Reeds, accept all. And then let's set up some, some papyrus makers. Yeah, we got workforce. So services, no, that's not right. Production, papyrus maker. We'll set up some papyrus makers. Oh, and we don't have fire on here, so let's fix that real fast. Oh, I just realized that's not right. That's not right. Sorry. Let's delete that guy. We want a fire house. Make sure it walks on this little space right here, because otherwise this guy wouldn't necessarily cover these over here. There we go, that's better. And now we need a place to put our papyrus, so we will go out here and we will say accept all papyrus. And as soon as we start seeing some heading over there, there goes some. So I'm going to pause it and say services, scribal school, go right there. The papyrus will go to the school, and then the school will start walking and educating our people. Okay, so that obviously happens because now it says introducing trade. Now that you've managed to educate some of your people, you might want to generate additional revenue by selling any surplus papyrus you have to neighboring cities. You'll also need to import bricks from Parawagit in order to build the sacred mastaba tomb. Click on the world map icon on the left panel to see what other cities there are in the known world and to begin setting up trade. So we're going to pause. We're going to go to the world map, trade route. The world map shows the location of your own city as well as other cities in the world. Here you can pay to open up trade routes with any cities willing to trade. To set up a trade route, click on the city you wish to do business with and select the Open a Trade Route option. So like here you can see this example with Nekin. They buy papyrus, they sell clay, pottery, and beer, and you open it up. So we're going to go like this. And then they take us to importing and exporting. Once you set up a trade route, you'll still need to instruct the overseer of commerce as to which resources and commodities you wish to import or export. You can never import and export the same item at the same time. While you will need to import bricks, these can be quite costly. You can offset this by selling any papyrus surplus you have. Okay, so let's go back to the world map. So the flags tell us the ones that we'll sell. So there's Men-nefer, that's us. Thinis is a town we did prior. Newt, whatever it is our first town. So we could potentially trade with Nekin and Parawagit. So Nekin will buy papyrus. They'll buy up to 2,500 a year of papyrus. We definitely want that. Okay. And then Parawagit, we're going to need the bricks. We do not want anything else. We're able to produce it all ourselves. of the things that they sell. So let's open up this trade route because we're going to have to do the bricks, but we may not do them right this minute. So what we're going to do here first is go to our overseer, go to our commerce guy, and we're going to say, you can see here now, these are things that we can import, and here's one we can export, the papyrus. Earlier it would have said open trade route to import or something like that. So papyrus, we're going to say if you have any, if you're over 0, export papyrus. Now I want you to notice too, you can't make money by importing and exporting a good, because the import price we pay is much higher than the export price. And that is to just keep you from doing that little trick. You set up an import-export on all these goods, you import them, sell them at a higher price, and you don't even have to do anything. You're just making money for nothing. But the game will not let us do that. Every import costs more. The only place you could do imports that would make sense would be like we could import barley for 48 and then sell beer for 140. So if we had the ability to make beer but we couldn't grow barley, then we could import it and then make the beer, right? And potentially if there's a trade partner, we can sell it or use it for our own people. So we're going to export papyrus, but we are not going to import bricks yet because our money is too tight. We need a stronger economy before we do that. So they said they would do 2,500, and this little guy right here is going to use a certain amount. Don't see any stats. Oh, and this I wanted to show you this. This game is just, compare this to games today. Some of the games today that they just sort of throw out there. This game, just look at the help you get. Look at this. Look at all these things. You can look up all these different things, and they tell you all about them and what's going on. And they even have a history. You can go through and read about Egyptian history and what happened and all that good stuff. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. This guy here, we need desirability on this side. So let's go with some gardens. Sorry, I'm kind of getting off my topic here. See if that was enough. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. They all popped. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got 14 common residences. They are, yeah. And we got a couple. I think we got extra down here, don't we? What is that right there? Oh, that's part of this. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got 14 common residences. Okay, perfect. Which is right where we wanted to be. Oh, now we just want to kind of play. Oh, I was doing the calculations. I wanted to see how fat. What's the production for the papyrus makers? I'm not sure that anything's going to give us that, and nothing gives us that stat. I can go out and look at Pharaoh Heaven, which is one of my favorite websites of all time. We can go out there and look and see what the production rate is for these guys. I'll be right back. Actually, I just wanted to show you this. This is Pharaoh Heaven, Pharaoh.heavengames.com. I used this site many years ago to learn how to play this game and to get ideas on housing blocks and everything. There's all kinds of articles and stuff you can read in here about this. And what I want to do is go here. There's a AI charts. I think these charts right here will tell us. No, they don't. Commodity data sheets. Now this just tells us the trade. Yeah, these are our trade maps. And these are quite literally the trade maps for the archaic period. See, so people have done so much work on this game. But let me go back to this one. No, that's not going to help us either. Okay. Well, anyway, I wanted to show you this site because it's just there's all kinds of helpful stuff, and maybe there will be something here that would tell us. Maybe we could. No. It isn't searchable. Doesn't look like. Anyway, I'm going to go find out what I want, which is the production of papyrus. It's not the world's biggest deal, whether I know it or not, but I'm going to go find out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so apparently, I didn't find the one I really want, but apparently a papyrus maker can make about half a cart, a little less than half a cart a year. So in 2 years, they'll make one cart. And a cart is 800. So we would need 8 times 3. We would need 3 carts a year to maximize our 3 or 4 carts to maximize our trade and get as much money out as we can. So that's, let's say it's 3 times 2, 6. We would need like 6 papyrus makers to maximize our trade, and we'll watch this to see if we need. These are like 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 ratio for the reed gatherers to the papyrus makers. So we could maybe use another reed gatherer. We'll just watch this and make sure it stays fine. But we want to sell some reeds here for a while, and I think we need to potentially. Do we have to connect to this Kingdom Road? I think we may have to. So what we're going to do here is make sure we're away from that. Come down here and connect to the Kingdom Road like so, and put a roadblock right there. Make sure these traders can come and see us. And we may have been too late. Well, no, that guy traded for us, didn't he? Let's see here. Treasury. Exports. Oh yeah, here we go. We didn't need that road apparently. We started doing some exporting. So I want to do some more of that. Here we go. Here comes the guy. He's going to buy some. There we go. Now our money's going up a little bit. Let's do one more sell, and then we'll get into the whole reason we're here, to build that mastaba. Here comes some traders right now. We missed our guy. We could have done, but there we go. Now we've got some money going, and we've got some taxation going. And so what we're going to do here now is figure out what we want to do with our mastabas. So they're going to force us to bring in some bricks before they'll let us move on. So I'm going to have this one accept all bricks, and then we will set up our overseer commerce guy to go to bricks, and we will. If we do as needed, it'll just flood us with bricks that we can't afford. So we're going to say to maintain, we can type it in here, 1,600, which would be half of a storage yard. Okay, so now we should start importing the bricks. And as soon as we do, that'll move us to a different part of the gameplay as well. Okay, so construction guilds. Construction guilds supply the skilled labor needed to erect monuments. The mastaba is made entirely of bricks and requires only bricklayers' guilds to build it. You can employ as many bricklayers' guilds as your economy can support, but make sure you also have enough bricks being delivered to the construction site to keep them busy. Once the bricklayers' guild has adequate labor, it will dispatch bricklayers to the construction site, where they will wait for a delivery of bricks by unskilled peasant laborers. Okay, peasant labor. Once there are some bricklayers waiting supplies at the monument site, gangs of peasant laborers will begin to haul loads of bricks to them. Because these same laborers also must tend the fields on the floodplain, you may find that work on the monument slows down somewhat when the field has receded and the peasants return to their fields. You can construct additional work camps so that any surplus laborers not needed to tend the fields may work on the monument year-round. Now, we're in pretty good shape on our laborers out here already. Oh, look at that. Look what I did. I built that one and forgot to tell it to accept. These guys have been standing out here waiting to bring us some more food. Silly me. All right, now we should be able to do our mastaba. Okay, so we can put in our guilds. What kind of people? We got some unemployment. Let's put in, we'll put in three of these, no magic number there, and a small mastaba. Now we can rotate this. We could put it, actually right there would be a great spot for it, right next to the bricks. Yeah, that's good enough. Tutorial's end. You've reached the end of the tutorial. You're now on your own to finish Men-nefer's mastaba. Make sure you balance your imports and exports and that your citizens have access to all the resources they need. In subsequent missions, and until you reach Sakura, you'll get information on the new buildings unlocked. So I'm guessing at Sakura, that's it, we've seen them all. But there will be no one to hold your hand. If you forget something, either that or maybe Sakura has some additional help. Because as I recall from years ago, the Sakura is a big old pyramid we have to build. But there will be no one to hold your hand. If you forget something or need more information on any subject, you can access the in-game guide on the left panel. You can also access it from any open window. For example, by clicking on Potter, you'll find a shortcut to access the guide and get additional info on this specific building. If you're looking for information on ancient Egypt, an in-game encyclopedia is also available. Enjoy your time in Egypt, and we are certainly enjoying it. Right click to continue, and now let's click on the mastaba, small mastaba. First, workers need to clear the mastaba site down to bedrock. More peasants from work camps could speed the leveling process, and then we'll start with the brick stuff. So let's just let it run and see what happens here. And by the way, this little entryway to the monument has to touch your road or nobody will go there. They'll just stare at it. I have made that mistake before. And while that's running, let's go look at our treasury due and see how we're doing. Last year, our income was 47, our expenses were 21. But let's look at this year, 26, 30. We're looking good now because we're actually making money on our taxes because we've got everybody in nice housing. If we had poorer housing, we would be losing money, tax versus salaries. But then the trade of these papyri, lots of papyrus, is keeping us afloat money-wise. Now here comes our two traders, one from each of the cities we're working with, and one of them will take papyrus, and the other one will sell us some more bricks. And this process will just go on until we're done. However, you'll notice our population is only 1120, and if we go here, if we go to it's risen, so we're actually making money in spite of these seriously expensive imports. But I think we need to go to the granaries guy. Society. Don't know what that means. Current housing can hold 0 more people. Okay, so we've got, these are all full. They all have 80 occupants, and we're only at 1120. So we need some more room to grow. So what we're going to do is just duplicate this. We could build a different model, but let's just duplicate this one. Let's get us a little, let's go out here so we won't be running into anything. Let's go out here. In fact, let's set it up so that these gardens actually help our other section 2. And in fact, we'll expand the gardens just to be doing it like that. Okay. And then we can, we'll just duplicate this. It's nice. It worked. So we want our houses up against that, which would mean our road would be 2 in from that, like this. So we want our road like this right here. Yeah, coming down, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need 18 more. I tell you, adding that counting on there is so flipping nice. It is great. So we're going to duplicate this and put it right there. Duplicate this and put it right there. Duplicate this and shucks. All right, we're not going to do that. Well, no, we'll just put this on the other side. We'll duplicate this and put it over here, and we will have a road that comes out and up like that. And we're going to have to put roadblocks here, here, and here to make sure that this guy, the courthouse, doesn't go out that way. But that's fine. Okay. And we can duplicate this and put it here. Duplicate our housing and go 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put in a school, more housing. Duplicate this and put it over here, I guess. Doesn't matter. What are we missing? This guy. No, we got him. We got this. We got that. Fire, and we'll put you here. You here. And we could put a temple to another god, but we're going to go ahead and use Ptah, our main god, again. And later on, we'll see advantages to having access to multiple gods, but it's not an issue right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to tell you, this left click, control left click is just pretty flippin' awesome. Is what it is. Make sure we get an even number of houses out through here. That'll work. And we can do a shrine here and a shrine here. And let's do 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. I'm guessing it went 2 like that. And put in a bandstand. That didn't quite work. Close. I think it's here. Beautiful. And we can kill that and put a roadblock there and make sure we put housing right here so that our bandstand can get people. And I think we'll put in a little bit of gardening up here and probably along here. And that should work. And people are flocking to our city. Should raise our tax revenues and also make it easy for us to get the 1,500 goal that we have. And our entertainers, well, here we go. We're already getting them. As they come down to this other booth, they're giving entertainment for this one here. We may want to consider another dance school and another juggler school, but not sure we need it. Why wouldn't you evolve? Desirability. We need our plazas. There we go. Oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? How far along are we here? We're halfway. We need 7,200 more bricks. Let's take a moment to talk about the ratings. Let's go to our overseer of ratings. Okay, so here we can see the ratings that we have. We need a 15 culture, which we have, and it says we need more to a physician. I don't think that's actually correct. I think we have a physician here and here. I think everybody has a physician. I think what it's really saying is dentist, maybe, which we don't have yet. So, yeah, I don't think I'm trusting that one. Prosperity, high unemployment holds us down, but we're at 52. We need a 20. We do have high unemployment. We could fix that. Monuments. We're building that. Our kingdom rating's at 44. It's unchanged. Nothing has happened to make that change that. Later on, we'll start getting requests from other cities in subsequent missions. So we've got our population goal, and let's see, our objectives. We've got that. We've got all of these, and we're building the mastabas. So once that thing's done, we should be finished. How far are we? 75%. And if we wanted to, we could. You know what? Let's see if we can.
Sell high. That's my motto.
Sells bricks. We don't know how many he has. We got the money. We need 36. We need 3,600. Why don't we do this? Why don't we tell our overseer to our commerce guy to say import to maintain 3,200, and let's see if we can get some extras. I don't think he'll have them though. No. So how many are here? 1,600. That's all he had. So, and we're going to use those immediately. So that didn't work. So we're going to go right back and say maintain 1,600. Here they come again. Good. That's perfect. They'll come give us 1,600 more and we'll be good to go. No, he didn't have enough. Doggone his hide. We need 1,800. Well, yeah, we need 1,800. Let's see. I don't know if he'll give us that, but we'll try. We'll try making this 1,800. I don't think we'll get it. I don't think he'll carry more than 1,600. $400. Okay. Oh, that's it. We're done. All right. Good job. Congratulations. You've built a capital worthy both of the living and the dead, and by developing trade relations with other cities, you have introduced your city to the world stage. And this says we did it on easy. No, we didn't. We did it on hard. I'll have to look into that, but we're all done. I'll hit this just to say kind of way of summary. we did that on hard. I was fairly certain. I don't think at any time it was ever on easy unless something happened. Oh, when I was showing you this, I put it on easy for a second and came back, so I think it took it as we played it on easy. Doggone. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We know we did it on hard. So there we go. They introduced it. We learned some new things. We learned about the world map and trade, and we learned about schools and reeds and papyrus, and educating our people and getting them up to common residences, which are very nice because that's the point where you kind of make some money on taxation and pay for your own folks. And I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed playing it, and I hope you'll be around for the next one. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Pharaoh, A New Era video. Thank you.